Alright guys, so here's the review of the MATIC Seamaster Homage. So if you haven't seen the unboxing and first impressions of this, I'll leave a link to that down in the description and probably put it on screen somewhere as well, because you'll probably want to watch that before you watch this one. Because this is just basically going to be following on from that. Before we get into it though, I just want to quickly clear up something. I think it might have been the way I talked about it in the previous video. This isn't actually replacing the Phylida branding. This is going to be like another brand from Phylida, so they're going to be doing both of them. The MATIC one's going to be more of like a premium version. They're going to be improving things like movements, lume, bits and pieces like that. So, question is it going to be worth the extra over the Phylida versions? Let's get down to it and find out. So, here it is. Oh, forgot to say in the intro, I actually got this, not for free, but I got a pretty significant discount. But, you know the score. Not going to change the way I do my reviews, going to keep it 100% honest all the time, no matter what. Anyway, getting down to it. Like I said, if you haven't seen the unboxing and first impressions, you might want to check that out first, because I'm going to get right down to this. So, let's start with the measurements. So we've got a thickness of 14mm, diameter of 41mm, lug width of 20. Now with the lug to lug, because the end links actually stick out slightly past the actual lugs, it's going to be slightly larger than the actual lug to lug size. So the lug to lug size is 46.8, but then if you include it and do it end link to end link, it's more like just under 53, but I'll show you what it wears like in a bit, because it doesn't wear as large as that I'd suggest. So now let's get down to testing whether we've got Sapphire Crystal on this, using the trusty Diamond Selector 2. And yep, we have got Sapphire Crystal, so that's always good. And it is actually a double domed Sapphire Crystal, and they do say on the listing that it's got some AR coating on the inside. It is a nice bit of distortion from that dome, does look good, and I do still really love this dial. The finishing is really nicely done. In fact, the finishing just generally is really nicely done. The hands, the indices, that dial, the polishing, the brushing. Well, I say polishing, there's not a lot of polishing, but a few little polish details. Just all really nicely finished. See, I've got a little bit of scuffs on that now, because I've been wearing it, testing it out, but it does look good. So let's test now what the lume's like. So quickly zoom back out. So you can see we've got a bit there already, but let's charge it up as always, give it a fair chance. See exactly what we're dealing with. And there we go. So pretty good. Definitely a step up from the Phylida. I don't know if this is going to come up on camera, but we have actually got a couple of different lume types on here. So it's mainly BGW9 on the bezel indices and on one of the hands. Interestingly enough, for the minute hand they've used C3, which is a little bit of an odd choice I think. I'm not entirely sure why they've done that, because you can probably tell now it's a little bit weaker than the BGW9, which isn't great. I don't know why they didn't just do it all BGW9 to be honest, because it is quite a bit brighter. So that is slightly disappointing. Possibly that's because I got an early version. If I do find out in the meantime, I'll let you know, leave a comment pinned or something, or write it in the description, because I do need to question them on that, because it's a little bit odd. But other than that, it stays at that level now, that C3 on the minute hand, for a decent amount of time. It does fade before the rest unfortunately, so it's not ideal. So obviously you don't want to be using this diving, but realistically who's actually going to do that? But something to be aware of. So I'll quickly show you now what the bezel's like. So it's 120 click, and as you've seen it's fully lumed as well. The action on it's pretty nice. It's rock solid, absolutely no play in it at all, which is always good. and it lines up perfectly too, which is always good to see. Getting back to the dial quickly, the only real issue I've got is the fact that they've got that chronometer bit on the dial, because it isn't COSC certified. They have said on the listing, and they've told me as well, they do actually regulate the movements themselves, but obviously that's not the same thing. But it is good to see that they're doing it anyway. Apart from that, another thing I do really like though is that date window. So they do a couple of different colour versions of this at the moment. I think they do a blue one as well, and possibly a white, or they're going to be coming out with a white, I think. And they're going to be colour matched, obviously, same as this one. And I do like it down in the 6 too. So the movement in this is a PT 5000, so that's a high beat, which is why you've got that smooth sweep of the second hand. And I do like that we've got the red tip on that, matching the red text for the water resistance rating. Just helps tie it together nicely. So I'll quickly show you now what it's like on wrist, and then wrap this up. And this is what it looks like on my 7-inch wrist. So like I say, it does wear nicely, despite having the protruding male end links, because they do curve quite nicely to wrist. So it does conform nicely. Doesn't wear as large as that 53-ish end link to end link measurement suggests. Perhaps if you've got a smaller than 7-inch wrist, it might be a touch big. But that's up to you actually, whether you think it will be or not. I guess you could always swap it out onto a different strap. So that would solve that issue. Because otherwise, it's really, really nice. You can see that detailing on that dial, really nicely done. Finishing on those hands, absolutely perfect. And I do like that they've got an applied logo as well. Is it better than Phylida? I know some people were a little bit funny about it, I'm still not sure. I personally quite like it. I just like the branding overall. That was the one thing the Phylidas were missing really. So between that, the improved lume, although it is a little bit odd with the minute hand on this one. Hopefully they sort that for the other versions. Perhaps I just got an early batch which they were still sorting out maybe. So like I say, with the improved movement, the better branding, better lume overall, I'd say it's worth the improvement and the price increase over the Phylidas. They're both great watches, don't get me wrong, but I do like having a high beat movement. I know some people prefer having the reliability of an NH35. I've got quite a few PT 5000s now. I've not had any issues with any of them, so I'd recommend it. But that's it for this one guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.